everyone, welcome to episode 2 of our Friday Sews. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Samantha, and we're a mother and daughter from Australia.
So today we both have a finished thing. I have something that I've done a little bit of work on, and we have a couple of plans. So we're planning on doing these videos fortnightly, not weekly, so that'll be our plans for the next fortnight.
I finished work on my English tea dress, which is this pattern here. I ended up making view A, which is the one with the short sleeves. Originally I was going to do view C, which is this one here that had the little cap sleeves. But when you cut out the pattern, this is the cap sleeve, and it is a really, really strange shape. When you, in the instructions for the pattern, there is actually no instructions in how to make the cap sleeve. So I had absolutely no idea how to make it, and as it was such a strange shape, I don't know how it was supposed to fit into the sleeve hole. So I ended up having to cut out some new sleeves and just make the little short sleeve. So this is my finished dress here.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
And then it's got a zip in the back. And then it's just got the little detail in the front. The bodice just has a little V shape there.
So I traced the pattern out for this for you, and I ended up going with a 10 on the bust and the waist, and then on where the skirt joins here, what I did was, it was the first time I've done this, but I just graded from a 10 where it joins here to a 12, so you sort of just like draw a line connecting the two sizes, and I think that's turned out to be a really nice fit.
It has. It's a really, really good fit. I'm really happy with it, yeah.
So the thing that I finished this week is not a plan that I had. So this was a pattern that I tested for OJ Room Patterns, and it is their new Natural Sunset dress. So this dress has got a V-neck in the front and the back. The back and the front are exactly the same. And then it's got these straps here, which are reasonably short, and they're quite wide, so they're not like spaghetti straps or anything. And then it's got this very long tie around the waist. So I can tie it around myself 3 times and tie a bow. So they're very long. And I decided to make the maxi length version, so it's really long. It's a little bit difficult to see it just on the hanger, so I'll pop in a picture of me wearing it. And it's got side seam pockets. And then the bodice here, it was finished off quite nicely. It has a, well, it's sort of a facing on the inside, but it's quite a deep facing. It sort of does the whole bodice, which I thought that was a really nice way to finish it off, because facings can quite often sort of like flip to the outside if you're not careful, but these ones are definitely long enough that they don't do that. And I am fairly happy with this. I made the extra small in the pattern, and the only thing I would say is next time I would definitely shorten the straps a bit. They're just a little bit too long for me. They make the armhole very low, and also I would shorten the waist tie too. I think that it's a bit too long for how I would be wanting to wear it. But other than that, it was a simple sew. There were some more fiddly details, and the fabric that I used was a rayon from Spotlight, and it was quite a fabric hungry pattern. I had 3 meters of this, and I did not have a lot left over. But yeah, testing it was a sort of a good experience, and I don't know whether I would make another one, but I do like this one. So in our last video, I mentioned that I wanted to make the New Look 6210 pattern, and I was wondering whether I was going to make view B or view D, but I decided in the end to go with view D, which is this version here. So it's got the V-neck, and it's got the slightly more flared skirt. So the fabric that I am using is this jersey from Spotlight. It's this really pretty sort of like botanical print. And I have got this constructed mostly. All I need to do is put the neckband and the armbands on. So that's how it's sort of looking so far. So you can see the V-neck in the front there. And then it's not like really short, it probably comes to my knees, which I think is quite a nice length for a cool summer dress. And I've really enjoyed sewing this up. It's been very quick. I've done all of this so far just straight on the overlocker. But I'm going to set the sleeve bands and the neckband in with my sewing machine because it's quite a small seam allowance. but I'm excited to get that finished. I think it's going to be a really sort of easy to wear dress.
This is the Miranda t-shirt. Caitlin made me one of these for my birthday. It was a blue one in just the short sleeve version. And I've worn it a couple of times and I really, really like it. I like the fit and it's just a really nice top to wear. So I've decided I'm going to make myself one. So this is the fabric that I've chosen here. So a little peach fabric with stars on it. And it's actually a knit, but it's a nice sturdy knit. It's not one of those really stretchy ones. So I think that it will be quite easy to sew because, as I said, I don't have a lot of experience with knit sewing and it actually terrifies me a little bit. So I thought that I'd use a fabric that was a bit firmer, so it should be easier to sew.
So I would like to finish off my knit dress and also the pink peplum top that I showed you last time, the Vogue one. I would like to finish both of those, but I also would like to start something. So we are both planning on making the Friday Pattern Company Sagebrush top. So I've got the PDF, so these are just the line drawings from the instructions there. So it's quite a loose fitting little blouse. It's got these big puff sleeves that have got elastic around the bottom, and then it's also got this little like frill across where the yoke is. And I think that I've seen a lot of people have made this. And
Does it have a tie at the back?
Yes, it's got a bound neckline with a tie that closes up the keyhole. So I've seen a lot of people make this and I've always really loved it. So we're both going to make it in the same fabric actually. So this is a rayon from East Coast Textiles and it is the summer style on navy. I've also got this in green, which I'm going to make a slip dress in, but the navy is really pretty and I'm really looking forward to making that. I think that it's going to be really nice as sort of almost a transitional piece, but also a summery piece because it has those sort of puff sleeves are like reasonably long, they're not really short. So I think that is going to be really nice. Like you could wear it with like a pair of jeans or with like a skirt or something. I think that it's a really versatile piece.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have made it and you see a lot of them around, yeah.
So if I have time, I would also like to sew up a toile version in Calico of this dress. So this is the Butterick 6872 pattern. So I have a really beautiful pink floral rayon to make this in, but I don't want to cut it out of that and then not be entirely happy with the fit. So I'm just gonna sew it up in Calico first and like not finish the seams or anything, just to test out the fit. Mainly, probably just of the bodice, I think, because the skirt's gathered it should fit. So the view that I would like to make is view A. So it's got these cute little like sort of like frills across the sleeves. So it doesn't actually have sleeves, it's just got those little frills. And then they all have pin tucks across the bodice where the sort of square neck is, and then it's got just a short little ruffle on the bottom. So I'm really looking forward to making that. I think that it's going to be beautiful.
A few weeks ago, Spotlight had an amazing deal where you could get 2 Vogue patterns for $10 because normally for us they're like $30 upwards, I think. So that was a really good deal because we had a few that we'd been looking at, but they're a bit expensive to buy. So we got this one here, the V9252, which is just a pretty little dress, which will be one that Caitlin makes. I don't think that would be a dress that I would make.
I think it's gorgeous.
Oh, it is. It's beautiful, but I don't think I'd wear that. This one here was a nice one. It was a skirt pattern, V8750. So it had the pencil skirt and then more of a sort of flared skirt, and then it comes in 3 different lengths. So I thought that might be nice to make, and Caitlin will be able to make that one as well. And then I got 2 vintage ones, as I do quite like vintage patterns. So this was the V9189, which has long pants, shorts, and sort of, oh no, not really 3/4 pants. Cropped pants, yeah. So I'm quite looking forward to making those. I've never made myself a pair of pants before, so I think that they could be quite nice. And it has more of a flat sort of front with a waistband. So
they are possibly something that I would make though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think that I could see you in the little shorts actually. I think they'd be cute. And then the last one we got was V9187, which is this gorgeous pattern with these tops. It's actually a pattern that we saw in a magazine, and I said to Caitlin, oh, I really, really like those tops. So I was quite excited when they had them on sale and I was able to get them, because the thing I like about them is they have a little sort of notch in the front, and then there's one there that's got like a mock bow, I suppose, across the front. And I just think they're really classic pieces, but really pretty.
I can't wait to make that.
Yeah, quite excited for those too. So there'll be plans in the future.
So that's all of the things that we have to share with you this week, but we'll be back in 2 weeks' time with another Friday Siz. So we hope you enjoyed watching.
Until next time, happy sewing.